Okay, hello and welcome to House of the Dragon, episode 5. It's here! The king is dead! He's dead, yes. Finally happened. It only took 5 episodes. Woo! A lot of things happened. A lot of things. Alright, before I really begin, just want to say first, thank you for watching, I guess. Second, my voice is a little fucked. I have a cold. My throat a little itchy. Maybe I got COVID. Maybe, I don't know. So I probably might sound different. Second, like big spoilers in this episode already, so watch out for that. And I'm gonna try and make it quick because I'm just not. I'm feeling sick, and I think like, like my throat is starting to turn into my nose, and you know how that like happens sometimes. Um, so I'm gonna try and keep it quick. I don't want to talk for too long, unfortunately. But I'm just gonna give like a very quick rundown of a summary of what happened in the episode and how it relates to everything else, and how it's just so much better than everything else on TV right now. And I'm loving it. So here we go. Just a really quick rundown. We start off the episode. We get like nice escalation of what happened from episode 4. Prince Damon here, as you can see on screen. We should just go. Let me just go flip through it real quick. He basically finally kills his Vronvich. It was a nice scene of very subtle dialogue where Prince Damon all but says nothing. He just shows up out of nowhere. And Rena here, I believe, is her name. She just starts berating him, which is understandable. We don't really know their relationship. We haven't seen them interact. This is our first time seeing them interact. So when they're talking here, there's a lot of hate in her voice, just because of it seems like their relationship is not good. But that's okay. We see, and this is the scene. She goes for her bow when he shows up. She realizes he's gonna kill her. This is what Damon wanted all along: kill his wife, take her rights to the land of the Vale because they don't have heirs. She realizes that. It's so good. It's so fucking good, and draws her bow. She falls off her horse. It breaks her like legs. She can't move. And then King Damon, we just see this. I think this is a missed opportunity. Let me see if I could get it. He basically picks up this rock and crushes her throat and smashes her skull. This is a missed opportunity, though. I want to see the real passionate bloodlust from Damon to do this. This is probably the biggest scene I'll talk about the most, and I'll skip all the other stuff. But because it's so good. But I'm so kind of peeved about this because I wanted to see the gore. I wanted to see Prince Damon's like bloodlust, right? This is from Game of Thrones. I want to see him just like absolutely destroy her. But they skipped it. I guess I couldn't show that. It was too. That would have been too brutal, even for House of Dragon HBO. Just like mashing this girl's head in with a rock. I guess. But like that would have been so fucking raw, dude. That would have been so raw. That would have been great. Oh my god. Even like this like show, it's like the gore just like it is definitely toned down, right? We have not seen a lot of gore from its like compatriot Game of Thrones. There was tons of gore immediately in that show. There hasn't been a lot of gore here so far. None at all, actually, until the near the end of this episode, where Sir Christian Cole kills the gay lover of Sir Lionel Corvus' son. I believe I'm saying his name right. Sorry if I'm not. I can't help it. We gotta get a quick drink, guys. I'm sorry. My throat. I'm gonna need a lozenge. Anyway, that just the scene of them like talking anyway, the subtleties of like what's happening here in the scene is enough to like, ooh, this is good writing, right? This is really good writing, and that happens. This is the setup. Sorry, everything after this, but I'm sorry, everything before this. And this episode was the setup of the show. We're finally starting to get the payoffs, right? This is the payoffs, right? The characters are finally starting to make like their final moves before the inevitable civil war that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be great. All of our characters are doing that. I didn't mention it last episode, but it's here somewhere. That Otto Hightower is no longer hand of the king. Viserys doesn't trust him anymore, with good reason, because his motivation was getting Alicent to be queen, to bear the children of Viserys, to gain power for the Hightowers. And Viserys is like, oh, that finally happened. They don't really love each other. Oh fuck! It's so good. Just more subtlety and dialogue between characters, and all their ambitions are finally like coming to play a part in the role of the story. Even Allison, who I previously thought was like a puppet, is now taking the reins at the end of this episode. She's gonna be the leader of the Aegon and her her children and their line. And what's gonna happen? They're probably gonna die because they can't. Their children can't be king without Rhaenyra won't allow that, obviously, because she wants the power and she's the heir. Oh god, it's a mess, right? It's a mess between all these characters, and it's so good how all these misunderstandings and vying for power is like finally coming to fruition. Setups and payoffs, exactly what Game of Thrones was before. it it could still go bad though, guys. It could still go bad. There is a way for it to go bad. If there's a second or third season, how is it gonna go bad, right? How are they gonna ruin some of these characters? I don't actually think it's gonna go for that long. Anyway, Sir King Varys, he's going to the Cine Stakes domain to propose marriage to Rhaenyra and Corvus's son. Uh, Basically, it goes off without a hitch. We find out in this scenes. There's lots of good dialogue in these scenes too. Like King Viserys noticeably looks weak to everybody. His disease does kill him. It has spread. His weird fucking skin cancer. It is killing him. And that happened there. We get that scene where we find out Sir Corvus' son has a phase of the gay. Just a little phase, guys. It'll go away. We promise. Not um and that there was some good scenes in there. I'm trying to figure out what's like more important. All this scenes are good because it's from the previous stage. Like Rhaenyra has no power here. Viserys is like still in charge as king, even though he's dying, and she knows that. So she's okay. I'm following my father's orders here and duties. I'm gonna do this. And in the scene prior, Sir Kristen Cole actually proposes, like, listen, we could just leave together if we love each other. And it seems that Rhaenyra does not love Sir Kristen Cole. I don't really believe she does. I think she loves her uncle more. She loves the throne more, the power. A little bit like Daenerys. Like, no, I'm the heir. I want my cake and I want to eat it too. There was that whole scene. Seeing like Kristen Cole's like um feelings about the situation because he had sex with Rhaenyra. He broke his oath basically, and his oath was all he had. So I liked in this episode when we get like the suicide scene with Kristen Cole. Here he is. He was about to kill himself after all that's happened. Rhaenyra, he broke his oath. There's nothing left to him. Allison stops him though. She's the only one that knew about the secret because Kristen told it to her. She thought that Damon had sex with Rhaenyra. Still, she thought Rhaenyra lied to her, but they didn't know that there was a whole misunderstanding. So much subtlety between all these actions between these characters, just making this. It's good writing. That's how do good writing. The Rings of Power really needs to take some notes, right? If I sort of want to rant about Rings of Power, how there is just no subtlety between anyone, and how actions are they aren't followed through by any characters. I don't understand the motivations of any of those characters. But here we in this series so far, you understand what these characters are doing and what they want. It really makes the show like good when your characters have like clear motivations. That doesn't have to be like sounded out to you in like some awful expository dialogue. It's just like subtle, and you can find the hints through these characters' actions of what they're doing. It's great. I love all of it. I'm pretty much gonna skip ahead. I think my throat is really killing me. I'm sorry. Hopefully next episode I won't be as sick. They have the wedding feast. The wedding feast. Prince Damon, he comes here. He's there. He wasn't really invited. he comes anyway. It seems like Ramira before the war, because their wedding didn't get finished. Um, we had a little accident. Sir Kristen Cole gets a little mad and beats to death. So Lionel's partner, his relationship partner, he beats him to death. Here it is. There's just a fight here happening. He beats his ass. Literally kills him. This is like the most gore we've seen in the show so far. Um, it's a pretty brutal scene. He just fucking destroys him and breaks his eye apart and just like destroys his skull with his bare fists. It's pretty nasty. While this is happening, none of the guards are like doing anything because they can't actually see what's happening because there's too many people. They don't know what's going on until Sir Kristen finally fucking like leaves, then goes to kill himself. Allison stops him at that point. Anyway, there's more scenes here with Damon. I think are like important for like the future of what's gonna happen between these characters. Damon and Ramira having a conversation where Damon just like appears out of nowhere. He's like, "Listen, you should come to Dragonstone with me and marry me." It seems like that's what Ramira wanted anyway, to be with Damon. She has more love for Damon than she does for like Corvus's son. And he's like, "Oh, well, you could just do this anyway." You could see this line of dialogue here, what they're having. Um, it seemed she, she didn't think like she mattered. Only the throne mattered to Damon, like her crown. And it seems like that's also true. But he also wants to fuck his niece. Oh my god, it's so crazy. All these things coming and joining together. I love it all. It's great. So it seems like they're matched. This is what's gonna happen. They're on one side. Alicent is gonna be on another side with her children as like protector of the realm and all that. Um, the kingdom is definitely gonna be split. I don't know who's gonna ally with them because they don't have a lot of allies. Seems the Vale is gonna be their ally because he owns the rights to their land. So might as well that might happen. Lannisters won't be with them, of course, because they're slighted from Rhaenyra. It's gonna be a huge battle. It's so good. I believe that's gonna happen. They're gonna be together only because Sir Corvus and their children and Rhaenyra didn't get to really finish their wedding per se. Right as they're about to like say their vows, King Viserys he drops dead from his disease. All the stress has finally gotten to him from this night and all the other nights, and He's he was obviously upset today because his lover just got mashed to pieces. Let's see if I can find the scene. They like split it up very nicely with the technical aspects of the show, how it's filmed. Right around here. Let's hope I don't get a copytisms. No, Sir Corvus, you can't kill yourself. Stop it. Allison stops him. They're definitely gonna be a team again. She's the only one who knows of Rhaenyra's like infidelity or her affair. Let's do it. Where is he? There he goes. He finally drops. During that line, I don't want to play the sound because definitely a copytisms. During that line, they were supposed to say their vows to each other. King Viserys drops. It's a whole thing. I'm thinking so the marriage might be annulled because then she is now queen now because Viserys is dead. Um, so she can just annul her own marriage easily, right? So I think that's how it's gonna happen. She's gonna become married to Prince Daemon. Then he'll be king, and then their dynasty will rule. It'll be the new dynasty of the Targaryens. That's how it's gonna be. I don't know how the sea snakes come into play. How they're gonna take that if they're gonna be on their side? I'm pretty sure they'll be on Alicent's side. Because why would they be on Rhaenyra's side if they're not gonna like marry her children? Maybe they'll still do that. Try to foster that alliance. I don't know. I love this episode. It's so much going for it. I love this show. All the setups are over. I believe it's only we're getting into our payoffs now. There's still five more episodes. So maybe there's probably one more episode of like setup before like the final fight of the show or whatever. But I'm super happy. This show's like, uh, it is a it is like the cherry on the shit sandwich that we've been having to eat for like so long for like television shows. All the Disney crap that's been peddled, all the Amazon crap that's been peddled right now, like Halo, and now Rings of Power. It's finally like something with like good writing, interesting characters, good dialogue, a world that we already know that's being built up with good world building, strong world building. It's everything you could want. I hope it doesn't deteriorate later. It could, it still could. I would still recommend the show for what it is right now. I'm thinking it won't deteriorate. I'm hoping it won't anyway. And it's very good. I love it so much. God, fuck, it's been so long without like any like good character stuff, right? Like, is I enjoy watching these characters interact with each other. It's good. It's thrilling because of all the actions, the subtle actions of like what's happening behind the scenes and like the meaning of the dialogue they're having, but without it being like so explicitly told to you. God, it's so good. All right, guys. My throat really is like starting to hurt now. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry again. I probably started rambling. I've definitely skipped over some other stuff. It's getting hard to speak. I'm sorry, but I think I have to pack it up. So you guys have a good day, and see ya.